Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kaye. It is good to see you once again. Today, we are in Train Sim Classic, doing the next episode of our train scenario building in Train Sim Classic. We are on the Riviera line, doing a Night Riviera sleeper build. Let's take a look at the rundown and see what we have planned. So as you can see, I do want to get some stuff done today. We started this series last week. Episode 1 was laying our player train on the track and dropping down some AI to start to build a full Night Riviera sleeper run on the Western Mainlines off of the Just Trains pack. It is a run that I have actually streamed before on Twitch, and with the loss of all the stuff I had on my computer, I needed to rebuild another run. So here we are. I figured I'd actually make this a series so you guys can see behind the scenes stuff of all the stuff that I do for my scenarios. I actually just learned how to incorporate um, Armstrong Powerhouse variables into my scenarios, but I won't be doing that today because this build is a night build, and you pretty much won't see anything when we actually do this run. Everything's going to be really dark. I actually am thinking about actually keeping the cab light on because the cab just looks too dark to me right now, and I don't know if it's my graphics or uh, just the way it looks at night. So we'll jump into that. We will time out some trains, and if all works well, we will try to do a quick run to, that says Paddington, but it's supposed to be Reading. So we'll try to get that in as well if there's time. I don't want to do this for like 3 hours today. Um, Kind of defeats the purpose of a series. So we'll do some baby steps, and it'll be fun to actually start the process all over again, even though it's been done already for me in the past when I created this originally. But um, it is what it is. You got to move on. Can't dwell on the past, although I keep mentioning it. But that is the rundown. So let's jump into the game. I actually already have it loaded because it's such a big map. I couldn't take the chance of it crashing on me. So we'll jump into the game. Okay, so here we are in Paddington. We are on track 1. And as you can see, my beautiful class 56 AP enhanced uh, train. Just to get you caught up again, there are 7 coaches. Almost forgot for a second. 7 coaches. 4 of them are regular coaches in the GWR livery, as you can see. And the middle 3 are sleeper types, hence the sleeper train. And I actually had to do a lot of work to try to find everything I needed for this scenario build. But as you can see, we already have some trains laid down. Just want to speed up a little bit. I actually did do some work behind the scenes already. Last week we added some stations. My stations were off. I went back and did some more homework. So we have some new stations added to the mix. Let's take a look at them. Just going to search for my player train. It's labeled Night Sleeper. I might change that later on. We're still in build mode, but as you can see, we're starting off in Paddington, platform 1. and the original time I wanted to leave was 11:45. But I noticed the last time I did this build, uh, the AI kind of got a little funky because it reads it as next day. So like a +1 would be added to a lot of the trains, and it kind of threw me off until I understood what was going on. So I'm just gonna actually start this a half an hour later after 12 a.m. So I want to depart at 12:15, as you can see here. And if you don't know about train sim group building or scenario building, these little clocks are basically just artificial timetables. So if I tick this, I can designate a time that I want the train to leave. So my countdown when I'm in a station will be to 12, 15, 17 before I depart. I have a wait time of 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes, I believe. And I pretty much have times on all of my stops. As you can see, we're going to Reading, platform 9, Taunton, Exeter, Plymouth, Truro, St. Earth, and finally at Penzance, arriving at 16:17. But chances are we'll get there early because these are actually set for 75% power. But most likely I'm going to be doing 100% power. So we'll probably get to most of these destinations a little bit early. And that is the player train. Just take a look at the full route here, as you can see. If we scroll all the way here, this is Paddington. So this is Paddington, and it shows you all the trains that we have in the actual station. I believe in total, even with mine, there should be 9 trains either entering or leaving Paddington. So it should be a full Paddington. I don't know how I feel about that because I love AI, but 12 o'clock at night, would it still be that full? The latest I've been there was probably 11 p.m. And also obviously I don't live in the UK, so it could be a little bit off. You guys can yell at me if you want, and I will try to fix it if it's off. But as you can see, I have some trains that I've laid down, and we will time them out to hopefully get a nice looking timetable here. As you can see, some underground trains. I got some Heathrow Expresses. You see a Heathrow there. Got some IETs. There's an IET right there. I got some 150s as well. I actually took one train out, so there's going to be 8 trains coming into or leaving Paddington on this run. One train was giving me problems, so I took it out. But eight trains is pretty good for a start terminal, I guess. And our train is the one in red. Night sleeper, right there. And to get the player train, instead of it being an AI, because I don't know if I mentioned this last week. So you click on the head over here, and you tick this box right here. And this allows us to be the player train that we play on the track. I have a time set for 12:10, which is the actual start time of the scenario. So that gives me time to set up my train before I depart with a 5-minute allowance for me, leaving at 12:15. And in the process, we will see all these trains leaving and coming, which is why we will time them out right now. Should be fun. Southwestern, I doubt you're in the room right now, but I tried to find that reskin for the Elizabeth line 365. Um, I have downloaded it, but I cannot find it in the. So let me hop out of here. I cannot find it in the consist builder over here. I don't know what I need to tick. The person who did it, I cannot find his name in there. So we will not have any Elizabeth line coverage in here. Also from last week, I actually changed the start time of the scenario. So now we're back on the flashlight. It's too dark, so you need a flashlight. This is it without the flashlight. Which is why I started it with a different time, a daytime, so we can actually see what we were doing. But this is Paddington. This is our train. So let's start to time some of this out. I have actually wrote down some of the times here just to help this move along quickly, and we're not just stalling thinking of where we want to go and what times we want to leave. So basically, what I like to do, in case you have not seen episode 1, is I like to time out the trains in the actual station first before I do any type of dry runs to time out the rest of the route. And the way I go about doing it is I know what time I want to leave. I want to physically leave the station. So with that 5 minutes that I'm allowing myself to prepare, I am timing all the other trains. As you see the 802 to your right there, I'm timing all those other trains within that 5 minutes. There may be some overlap because I will start trains that are way out coming into the station a little bit after, just so it doesn't look like everything is all jumbled together. But that's how I like to do it. So we will jump into the clock here and start to time out some of these trains. I won't go in order here. I'm going to go by how I have them written down on my sheet. So the first train I want to attack here will be Heathrow number 2. And we'll jump to where it is on the map. So it is a train that's actually coming in to Paddington. And what we want to do is we want to click on this item right here, which allows us to look for a destination. So we'll click on that pick up passengers instruction. Hit this little arrow here, and we will search for where we want it to go. And we want this to go to Paddington 6. So we'll click on Paddington 6 as we search for it. I don't think typing it in will automatically let me jump to it, so we have to scroll. And as we click on Paddington 2, a red line should come here. And it's not working basically because this time is off. So we'll actually change the time as well. Heathrow 2, we want it to start at 12:11:45. So 00:11:45. Enter. and it's still not working. And that's basically because there's probably another train in its way. Um, so we'll actually do the next one. I'm not sure which one is blocking him, but as we do these, it will change. The next one is Paddington 150. Okay, and I'll change the time first here. And this one will be starting at 001350. Enter. And we want a passenger instruction. Click here, arrow down. And this is going to Acton 3. So Acton mainline platform 3. A red line should pop. Okay, something is blocking. We will get discouraged once we finish everything. Things should work. I actually already did this one. I totally didn't remember I did this one. So Paddington 2 is going to engine and carriage line, and as you can see, the red line. That red line tells you that it's all good. And if we follow it to the end of its destination, you can see it's heading over towards Old Oak Common. I'm actually going to change that. I want this to go to Old Oak Common shed outline. So we'll click on this. And this is just a end destination. It's this actual one right here. Instead of the train staying at where I send it to its destination, if I have a lot of traffic in this map, it disappears once it arrives at this destination after a certain time. So it's not blocking any traffic if I actually need this train out of the way to go to something else. But the way I do it, I send everything to a destination that shouldn't block anybody else. But just in case, I do like doing this when and where I can. But let's change this to Old Oak Common shed inline. Sorry, oh. And this writing is so small I can't even see it most of the time. So this line should turn red. There we go. Red is good, but I actually want to change this to shed outline. There we go. So now it's a straight line without deviating. Okay, so that's good. The next one we want to attack is Paddington 2. Actually, that's the one we just did. Paddington 3 is... Okay, let's send it somewhere. And actually, before that, let's give it a time, just so I don't forget. This is scheduled for departure at 12:10. So as soon as we jump into the scenario, this bad boy should be moving. Okay. And we'll give it a destination. And this is going to Southall West siding with a approach. So I want to click on this as a waypoint. Actually, I should have done that first. So I'm going to move it up. And we'll click on the flag. And we want this on approach 1. Portal Paddington approach 1. Just so I can make sure it's going the right way and not blocking any of my trains. There we go. Approach 1. And you won't see a line yet because I need to give it a destination. And this is going to Southall siding. I don't remember which one I picked. I just put siding, but we'll figure that out. Slough. Southall West siding. I may have to figure this out. We'll go with 1 for now. See if we get a red line. There we go. Red line. I'm just going to take a look, see where it finishes. Because it's on my line, and I need to make sure that it's not going to block me. So... Oh, see? And this is why we check. I put platform 1. Or maybe just regular siding. Okay, I'm happy with that. Just regular siding. It's off to the left. So our line should be this one. So it would not block me. Okay, that's good. Now, I'm actually going to save this because anybody who's played Classic before knows that this has a high chance of crashing. Okay, so that has a time, and we will go to the next one. The next one is Paddington 4. And we'll change the time on this as well. This is actually starting at 12:10 as well. But actually, this one's coming into Paddington, so the times are going opposite directions. You know, so the traffic is going and coming. It's just something I like to do, just to keep it nice and busy. So 10, enter. Okay, and we'll give it a destination. And obviously it's going to Paddington 4. That's why I named it Paddington 4. Okay. See if we got a red line. There we go. Red line's good. Into Paddington 4. Great. So no problems so far with the first bunch of trains. Except Paddington 3. But we'll figure out what's going on with that one as well. And the next one is Underground 2. So we'll hop to Underground 2. We'll give that a time. And that time is 12:14. 00:14. Enter. And that's going to the London Paddington Underground number 2. Okay, so that's coming over here to platform 2 off the Hammersmith and City line. So some underground work in here as well. Hopefully I timed it out right that it should be, we should have some underground traffic working while I'm moving as well. Um, so if I time it out right, I can get the underground moving, not side by side, but pretty close. Okay, so let's send this somewhere. So Hammersmith and City platform 2. I really wished the Lizzie line was modeled in this as well. Obviously, this game is older than when it was created. Where is it? London Paddington 2. And we have our red line, so that's good. And we'll move on to the next one. Next one is Underground 3. We'll give this a time as well. This is 12/17/25. So 00/17/25, enter. Send this somewhere. And I believe this is going to Royal Oak first, because this will make 2 stops. Actually, actually no, I think it's just going to Royal Oak. We'll see. I don't know if this is the second or the first underground heading towards Paddington. So for now, we'll just do Royal Oak. I know it's Royal Oak. Should be Royal Oak. I did not write down what station it's supposed to be going to. Really wish I could just type it in. Is that 2 or 1? Let's see. Scroll out here. It's 2. Yes, it should be 1. As you can see, there's a train already sitting in there. But that will change once we time out that one. So you can see the red line. That means it's good, even though there's a train sitting in there already. I'm assuming it is good because this time for this train is different. It's an earlier time, but who knows? We'll see. Okay, the next one is Underground Paddington. Okay, and this one is 12/14. Okay, and let's send this one somewhere. This is going to Royal Oak as well. Scroll down. Actually, that's 2. Okay, so you see the red line? It's a short trip. Um, we will also send this to Westbourne. So it comes all the way over here under the Great Western Railways mainline to Westbourne. So we'll send this also to Westbourne Park. So we'll add another one of these. Westbourne Park 2. Boom. There we go. Okay, so that's good. We'll just double check these. Is that Underground 2? Just double check Underground 2. Okay, so the 3 underground trains are good. And we still have issues, so something is off here. Okay. These are all the trains in Paddington. So let's see what's wrong. Paddington 150. What is your problem? Blocked by 150 Acton. We did not do Acton, so let's jump to it. And as we can see, there's a train in the station already for it. Okay, so we'll go back to our 150. Paddington 50. And see what time it's supposed to be at the station. It doesn't say. Okay, if that's leaving at 13:50. Actually, I just want to double check. That's leaving at 13:50. I'm gonna send this, and we can always change this once we do the dry run. I'm gonna change this time to 14. There's no way it could be in a station uh, within 10 seconds of the other one leaving. So it should be on the move. And I'll probably change this time later during the dry run. And we will send this somewhere. Now, I have not worked on any of the other trains that are not going to or leaving Paddington. So we'll just dry run this to the next station for now, which is Ealing Broadway. So we'll send this to Ealing Broadway at 12:14 for now. Just so we can get this error box off of our screen here and make sure all of our trains are good for now. So Ealing Broadway, platform 3. This should go away. There we go. Now I'm going to save this. Okay, and we'll hop out for now. I'm really afraid to play this right now because I don't want it to crash. But the only way we can know if this is good, at least this part, is if we play the next 5 minutes. So I'll just take a last run look at Paddington. As you can see, Heathrow Express over there. And I did have two HXs. I had one leaving, one coming. But it's, I believe it's an electrified train, and at a certain point, it runs out of overhead on this line. So it won't allow me to, oops, it won't allow me to actually go as far as a certain point because there are no OHLEs to a certain point on this game. And I know there's a uh, electrified version of this route. I just don't want to download it. Like, my computer's already laggy enough, and I mean this is still good. Like, it's the whole Just Trains route, and I really do like it because I don't have to actually do separate scenarios in the game. I can just keep everything in this one scenario and not have to look for consist in each individual scenario. Uh, like, this is painstaking enough. So, all right, so we will actually see if this works. Clicking on a play button. Hopefully it doesn't crash. That's a good sign. That's a great sign as well. We'll just let this load. There we go. And as you can see, the first train is moving. As soon as we hop in, I'm actually going to set this up as if I'm playing it. Acknowledge AWS. Instrument lights on. And there's the second train. It shouldn't be moving. That should not be moving. I'm going to have to change that time. This is why you do dry runs. Alright, headlights are on, but I actually think... Actually, let's get the doors open first. There we go. Doors are open. I need to... Actually, I thought I changed that. I don't like this guy sitting in the back there. Alright, so I need to hop into this end of the train and put some tail lights on. So I'll take those off. Which changed those. I lost those. Okay. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm actually playing this right now. I'm just trying to remember what I need to do. So let's hop back into the original cab. As you can see, that train is now leaving. Like, I don't mind it. It can't leave, obviously, because there was a red light there, but I don't like it going halfway and stopping, so I'm going to change that start time for it. But for now, let's see if I can get my lights on here. Okay, that's good. And that's good as well. So, lights are good there. Let's hop out. Are the doors open? And none of the doors are open. Well, that one is, so at least we know that's working. Let's actually see if the traffic is moving. I'm going to post up over here. It's really dark. That's why I hate doing night runs. Let's actually jump into the 2D map and take a look at this. Okay, so that train is moving. That's Paddington 2. This should be Heathrow. Heathrow's coming in. And where's the first one? And the first one's moving as well. Great. So at least we have 3 trains working. What about the other 5? Okay, so who's next to leave? We will see. And I'm not going to turn on the vigilance. Actually, I'm in 0. I can turn on the vigilance. Okay, vigilance is active. I am in neutral, so it will not annoyingly go off. We have 1 minute to depart. And I am not seeing trains moving. Oh, I lied. There goes 2 right there. So we have the underground train and we have the 150 moving. We actually can't see it because we're being blocked. So there's the Heathrow. And there's the underground. And there's the 150. Just going to turn the game audio down a little bit. Okay, so great. Things are actually working. Things are actually working. I wish we could actually see this from the cab. But at least we know things are working and it's time for us to actually depart. So what are we missing? We'll figure that out. I'm gonna put this into forward. Releasing the brakes. Okay, taking off. Actually, I want to put this into about 50% power, just so that we can get up to 40 without having to brake so much. Just gonna look at the map one more time. Zoom out. I think I'm going to change the time on this one. It's that underground pad. I'm going to change the time on that just so I can actually see it as I'm leaving the station here. And it's not just sitting there at the station waiting. It should be moving in a second, and I see it moving. But will I actually see it? There's a good chance we could actually see it as it comes under here. And at the same time, we should see this one. Sorry, vigilance. Forgot it was on. We should see this one leaving as well. And I can hear it. There it goes. Parallel to us over there. I can see the lights. Let's hop outside. This is really dark. There we go, as it comes on the other side of us. Obviously, I'm going too fast for it. Yeah. So we'll start that time a little bit later, earlier. We'll start both times a little bit earlier because this one started too late for me, and I want to see it coming towards me, just so I can have a full looking, at least Paddington area because it's gonna be after 12 midnight. Not gonna see that much traffic on this run. So most of the traffic will be probably freight. Once we get past Reading, it's gonna be a lot of freight. Maybe a couple of 802s. Haven't really decided yet. So, hey SW, how you doing, buddy? Okay, so that first train, it's at 12:18. Just mental notes for when I actually do this run. Not ready for it yet, but so when I go back into the editor and I see 8021, I know that time is excuse me, 12:18. What I want to do to make it move before I get to it so it's not static like that is I want to take away at least a minute and a half, even maybe two, like depending on how fast it needs to be when I reach it. And that's how I get my time for my AI. And I will do that for every train on this run. So I would do that for every train on this run. Obviously I'm not doing it right now because I should be writing it down, but that's how I would set up my scenarios. And here we are now. We get to 100. Actually, I won't do it. Why start over? Thanks for joining me today, SW. Always a pleasure. So I'm going to start writing down actual times. That was 8021 at 12:18. And that's all I need to write down because I already know I'm going to take away a minute to a minute and a half of whatever train it is. I know what the issue is. This looks dark because I have the AP mist on. So I'll probably change that to clear. I mean, it still looks dark. I'll probably do this run with the cab lights on. Okay, what is that? That is Acton. And that is... No, Paddington 150 we already have. That is 150 Acton E. Marlow line, nice. I have not built anything in World yet, so you're a little more advanced than me with World. 150. What did I say? 150E. Yeah, you said you wanted to add it to this route, right? I mean, I wish I would do it myself, because then I can actually have my Heathrow Expresses going to... Actually, I need to pause this, because I'm still writing down stuff. So, 12:20. Okay, and where are we now? 8023. Oh, wow, I have 3 trains in there. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta pause this. Actually, I don't need to pause this. What am I doing? I can just do this. 8023. 150 Ealing. Ealing East. And 150 Acton W. Which already left. We timed that one already, so we don't have to worry about that one. And that was at... I'll start them at 21. I'm gonna lose my mind with this stupid vigilance on when I'm trying to track. Turning that off. Okay. What did I just pass? And again, I'm not actually driving this, in case anyone is wondering. 150 Hanwell. And I'm assuming there's something in front of me, but there shouldn't be. And I'm gonna spad because I'm an asshole. Okay, so that's just a broken light. Got you. I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I tried to find that 360 Lizzie line, and I can't get it to work in my consist builder. I don't see the actual person's name in it, so I might just go without it. And it only would be like 1 or 2 trains anyway, so I'm just gonna do it without it. This was 802 and Southall. Okay, and that was, we will go with 23. And that's the train that actually left Paddington. That's in the siding right now. Just gonna put some more speed in it because I should be at 100 miles an hour right now. There's the Heathrow Express. I got you. Yeah, let me know when you finish it. I'll download it and I'll play it online. So you can get the credit for that one. What am I doing here? Okay, so we are Heathrow X5 at 25. Jeez, I put way too much AL on this. I can't even keep up. That was Hayes. 150 Hayes. At 2530. I was planning to upload the Marla line when it done, but hoping I could publish the SWML as DLC if it's good enough. Yeah, whatever one you put up, I'll play it. You know, I don't mind supporting you. You support me all the time, man, and I appreciate that. And who are you? I gotta follow the train. Oh wait, hold on. I passed 2. So I will pause that there. This is Heathrow Overpass. So that one's coming from Heathrow to Paddington. And the other one is 8025. Okay. Go on, pause it. Jump back in. I'll go with 26. No, I'll go with 26:30. Okay. And I'm only going as far as Reading because that's all I have built. And then we can time it. Okay, next up is Drayton. Next up is Drayton. At 27. And again, these will all be moving, most likely, before I get to them. Some of the 150s, though, may not, because it being in a station can also be normal. Dude, that would be so cool. Like, I always wanted to try that, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, then would people be critical if I'm off by just a little bit on my times? You know? That's something I would have to experiment with as well. But yeah, dude, any scenarios you come up with, just let me know. I'll definitely download them in the editor and play them. Right now I'm trying to rebuild my classic scenario library. I do have some really good ones that I've been adding in. I don't know if you know who Emily is on Community, Train Sim Community, but I have a bunch of Emily stuff. She seems to be one of the people whose scenarios I really like. So I just follow her now, and every time she brings something out, I want to play it. So that's what's happening there. Let's see. What is this? Oh, I have two of these bad boys. Hold on, let me pause this so I can get them in. Boom. Okay. Langley. I got an 802. Actually, let me just let it play. 150 Langley and 802 6. Okay. We'll let that play. 150 Langley. 802 6. At 29. All right, and we are actually scheduled to be in Reading at 12:46, but I guarantee you we will be there earlier than that. Let me just look at the chat a little bit. I have a few on my Google Drive, but I lost most of them. Yeah, I really do like her stuff. I'm just now following her because obviously I was making my own scenarios. I didn't need to follow anybody, but I'm tired of making scenarios and losing them, so this is a lot easier. I published 4 on Community, which you should be able to find by searching SW. Great, I'll check it out, buddy. I will support and give you credit online. 150 Slough. $150 Slough at 30. And again, these will most likely all be moving. I just need a rough time to get the timetable going. You know what? If you actually wind up doing that, SW, do you want to collab and like we can talk as I'm driving it? Since it's going through Discord. It'd kind of be like I'm actually talking to the creator, as if I'm like, say, Matt Pedalston, and we're doing a Train Sim World live or something. Like that would be cool. Uh, Great, man. You'll be my first guest host. 15 miles to Reading, and we are at. I keep doing this. Burnham. Okay, so Burnham. 150 Burnham. At 12, we'll do 31. Oh, I see a 802. I'm gonna start that at 12:31 as well. It'll make sense to have two different times. 802, 12:31. Which 802 is that though? I didn't check. I really do like this sleeper train. I know it's a 56 and not a 57, but AP doesn't have a 57, unfortunately. So I had to get the closest one to it. 8027. Did I miss a train here? Is there anything there? No. And also, I may take out some of this AI. This may be too busy. 12 o'clock at night. I don't think it would be this busy. But we'll get the times down anyway, and we'll adjust. Question: Do you think when I actually do this run, should I keep the cab lights on until it gets like lighter as we get into the route? Because I mean, it's a 6-hour route. Like it's gonna get lighter, or should I take them off like this? This looks too dark to me. I don't know how it's coming off on your monitors, but this looks too dark to me. Like I can't see none of the interior cab. It just looks black. But at least this way we actually have some definition. Maidenhead. Yeah, I definitely think it's too dark. That's why I think I should leave the cab lights on for this run. I really hate doing night runs unless I'm in a 710. I just think it looks too dark. But I really wanted to get this one in because I did this run on Twitch a couple of months ago, but I never saved it as an actual video. And I would love to get this in as an actual video, being that I did an opposite run in the 802s coming from Penzance. So 150 Maidenhead, I almost forgot. It does. It's why it's one of my favorite trains. It's why it's one of my favorite trains. Yeah, I can do a Goblin run or a West Coast Mainline run off the Lioness anytime and feel great because I know if I use a 710, it's gonna look good. Especially off the Lioness because I like running past Wembley and looking at it lit up at night. I think it looks cool. Yeah, I think it looks cool. But this is fun as well. Like I never would have thought about actually making a scenario series. But I think I'll do it for this one and maybe the Caledonian because there's such a long run. Or even a full East Coast mainline run because I've done plenty West Coast mainline runs. I really don't want to do it again, even though I love the West Coast mainline the most. But those long runs, I think those will be cool for a scenario build series. So I may do that. You know, it's not your typical live. I'm just gonna pick a couple of DLCs and we're gonna play these, and everybody's gonna see the same thing that every other content creator does. So I like to be different. I like to switch it up every once in a while. Okay, there's an 802 right there, and that is 9. So yeah, this just looks too dark to me. So 1236. And that's a 150. It's going the other way. Okay. What the hell did that say? I don't even know what that said. Near Reading. Okay. Although we're not exactly near Reading. But that'll be moving before I even get close to it. 150 near Reading at 37. Oh, bouncy. Okay, and what was that? Twyford. Oh. Twyford. Getting close. This is a lot of AI so far. I'm going to take some of it out. I just don't know what. Alright, since I'm all caught up, let's actually see if we can go ahead of this train, because I'm going to start seeing yellows in a minute. Looks like that's it. Looks like the next thing is Reading. And I have some traffic in Reading. I actually want to start these early, so at least the 802 is moving as I get to it. The 150 I can wait till we get closer to the station. 2 miles. I'm gonna start coming down. Actually, before we get a yellow. Oh, there's the AWS already, so. Step 1 braking. Not that I'm actually playing it. But we'll coast for now. As we get closer. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20 pieces of AI between Paddington and Reading. I'm definitely taking some of that out. That's a lot. That is a lot for 12 o'clock at night. On step 3 here. Step 1 for now. Okay, so right about now I want to see that 802 moving. So I will put 1240 for the 802. And that's probably 802 Reading. And I'll get the 150 Reading ready. as we do our first dry run to Reading. Everything else should be a lot more easier with this route because there'll be a lot less traffic on it. It'll be more spread out. I just want to get the more closer bits to the city, looking like an actual city run. Thanks for hopping in. Give me 1 second as I try to stop this train. We will start that 150 at 41. I'll catch up in chat. Why do I have a feeling I know who this is? All right, going into step 3 here. I want to try to stop at the overhang. This just looks dark to me. And this is Reading. Would you get out of step 1? Jeez. It's the only thing I hate about this 56. It's like I gotta hold down the button there. This is good enough. We're not actually driving. Alright, this is Reading. Doors opening on the left. And I think we're scheduled here till 46. Oh, I actually made good time. Yep. Right. So what did I say? 41? 41 for that 150. And just let me get the actual name of it. So yep, Reading. 150 Reading. And the 802 is actually 10. So 802, 10. And that's our 20 pieces of AI. I actually like having some traffic coming in as I wait. Haven't gotten that far yet, but I'm just double checking to see if I actually... Yeah, there goes a piece of freight. So at least there's one piece of freight. Is that the only freight? Yeah, it looks like the other... All right, I'm gonna jump in chat in 1 second. Give me a second, guys. I'm not ignoring you. So freight 1, I'm gonna actually start freight 1 at 42. Yeah, we came in the station at 42, so I wanted to actually be moving by the time I actually get into the station, because I believe it's coming on this track right here. I haven't set a destination or a time yet, but I want it to come next to me, so it looks like, you know, it's some busy traffic going on here. So we'll set that for 42. Actually, we'll set it for 41 because freight is so slow and I want to give it time to actually get here. And if it's off, then I will change it. But this is my process, and I'm happy to show you guys what I would actually do when creating these scenarios. 1241 into Reading. How much time do we have before we depart? We got plenty of time. And from what I understand, Reading is not a drop-off destination for the Riviera night sleeper. It's a pickup only. SW, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Let me go back into the chat. Elisa on Fire, thank you for joining. Welcome to the kingdom. Tasmanian train raid. Appreciate you. Choo Choo wouldn't get off at Reading. I appreciate the raid, guys. Rather stay inside. uh, yeah. Well, I think SW. I believe that's what I read. Again, obviously, I'm American, so I can't confirm it, and I have not been on this yet, though I do plan to in the future. It's just so much I want to do when I get out there, and I still haven't even planned my next trip that I want to take out there this year. Pardon me, I'll take a sip. I promise you that's tea in my cup and not alcohol. Not trying to be like Alan Thompson. I mean, I would love to be like Alan Thompson, but no, that's just tea. I talk a lot. I just want to wet my throat a little bit. Giggity. The Tasmanian Devil is building model trains, and I love them. Um, I mean, that's cool. I like seeing model trains. Me personally, I don't have the room for it. If it was to be one of the things I was into, like my computer and all the gadgets take up enough space. Um, like I have controllers that are not even hooked up right now. Um, my butt kicker's not hooked up right now. I'm hoping to start doing TSW Twitch streams soon. Yeah, dude, let me know so I can follow and just enjoy your stream. I mean, you're already streaming on here, so it wouldn't be anything unordinary. If anything, I would think streaming on YouTube is harder than streaming on Twitch. I started on Twitch just for the easier transition. Ooh, that's a lot of money. I don't know. That's a lot of money. But I mean, if you have a love for a passion, you'll find a way to get it. Uh, yes. Right now, I'm streaming on both. Actually, let me do this. And I actually thought I was doing it already. I got so wrapped up in this that okay, that didn't work. There we go. So as you can see, I have an actual counter because I am streaming on Twitch right now. So I have 4 people on Twitch and 2 people on YouTube at the moment, which is really cool. I am using Restream, which allows me to stream on more than one platform at a time, and as people talk to me, it combines itself into my actual chat. Anything more than two, you have to pay for on Restream. But it's really cool. I don't think it's much. It's probably like $19, but I already put money in other things, and especially with these DLCs, like I rather save some money and just stream on 2 platforms and just put videos on others like TikTok and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, uh, I think departure time is 51, and I'm probably gonna change my wait time here because I put it for 4 minutes, and as you can see, we got here before 46. So I'll probably change that to 2 minutes, so it at least knocks off 2 minutes, and it gives me a little time to actually make sure I get to the station. So, well, I'll keep that in the memory bank when we go back into the editor and time this out. Hopefully, it doesn't crash. I don't know about that, SW. People have better attention spans on Twitch. I don't know about that. I've done both. I've done both. I'm not saying it's bad. I don't know. It depends on whose stream it is. You know, like Alan Thompson streams will always be uh popping. You know, people are always into that because they want to see what he's gonna say, if he's gonna announce anything new. So I can see that. Uh, Probably Tintin's would be very busy. You know, TSD. Alan, who's that? Alan Thompson. He is an actual uh game creator. Like he has his own website called Alan Thompson Sim. He's very big on Twitch. He actually created a lot of DLCs in Train Sim Classic, and he's also created some. Well, not him personally, but his team has created some stuff in Train Sim World. The Manchester Airport DLC that's his team. Um, yeah, yeah, they're streamers. They're pretty good. Like I definitely followed them. Oh, actually, we're good to leave to Taunton, but I'm not built for anything past here, so we'll actually jump back in the editor and put some times and destinations on these trains. How about that? Sorry, wrong button. Hopefully it doesn't crash. What scenario in particular would you prefer to be able to drive in TSC? Real life or actual just a DLC? Because in real life, I would love to drive the Lioness, or, and this is just me being greedy, a full run from London Euston to Glasgow. I really just love the 390, as you could tell. Replicated one in TSC. Uh, I would actually throw the Goblin on there. Uh, Let me see what else. One that's not created yet. I would love to. I would love to have the um. What's that? Fenchurch to uh Shubriness. Is that how you say it? I would love to see that one. Uh, I'll check him out. I don't think I'm following him, Elisa, but oh yeah, definitely an ice run would be cool too. Um, but only problem is I can't perfect the German signaling, so I'm gonna keep it to something I know, which is UK trains. Um, oh, okay, nice, nice. Well, thank you both, Elisa and Casmin, me and Devil. Sorry if I butchered your name. Much appreciated, much appreciated, and I am happy that you're here. Always love meeting new people. SW, you're always a pleasure to be with. Is that you again? SW. What are you boosting my Twitch count now? Listen, I appreciate it, man. All right, so um I actually figured if I added snow, it would brighten up the route, but it still looks dark to me. Um yeah, it still looks dark to me, but let's add some times for these trains. All right, so we'll go in order, not of this list, but in order of the times I wrote down. So the first one is 8021. And first we will give it a time. I wrote down 1218, but I'm going to start it earlier than that. I keep forgetting 12 is 00. So 00, 17. 1 minute is probably good. Uh, it's an IET. Oh, actually, that's the name. I'm sorry. I changed the name of it. 8021. I'll put that back for now. Uh, unless I want to be real technical and give it a real actual uh, number designation. 00 17 00. So we took off 1 minute. This is so we can actually have it moving before we actually see it. I hate seeing a static train because it's just stuck. We'll give it a destination. And this is the difficult part. Actually, I'm not going to worry about the destinations yet. We'll knock that out later. We'll just time out all the trains that we know of. So that way when we actually send it somewhere, we can actually look at it on the map. So that's a time 150 150E. Is there a 150E? Oh boy. I don't think I don't think I put down the right name. So we're gonna have to follow. It's not Heathrow. You're definitely not a 150. You're a 150. It was probably Acton E. What, to play it or just to like download it? Because remember, when you're when you're free, I'm probably not. With the time difference. Uh, you give me a time and I'll see if I'm available because obviously with the time difference, it's what 5 hours. So when I get off of work, you'll probably be starting to go to sleep. But you stay up late, so I don't know. I'm probably just talking out my ass. 150 Acton E. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to play it. We will time this at 12:19. Oops, that's wrong. And after I finish timing this, I'm probably gonna log off and leave the next part for episode 3. Uh, right now it's 5:15, and I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. The next thing is 8023. And again, some of these may not make the cut, but for now we can put the times on. 12:20. Next one is 150 Ealing. $12.20. And also as I make or build a scenario, I also make a backup scenario in case I have issues where something gets changed and I have no fallback. And rather than just starting over, I rather have a pickup point. If that makes sense. There's been a couple of scenarios I've done where I've lost the whole scenario, and not due to my own fault, but just like say the weather is broken, the sky and weather pack, and and this scenario I had was a 2 hour run all for the Midland mainlands, and I lost the whole thing. So I put in that work and I lost all of it. I have to get to bed now. Have a great rest of your stream. Thank you so much for stopping by, you and your husband. I appreciate both of you. Thanks for the raid. Um, SW, I will start by making you a shorter 309-minute scenario on the South London network. Dude, you know I like long runs, so go right ahead. I don't care how long it is. I will play it. I will play it. And I will stream it on both. I will stream it on both. Who knows? I may be on TikTok live as well, or maybe X at that time. I don't know. I plan to stream a lot more in the future. So, all right. So Ealing, 150 Ealing is done. The next one's 8024. 390. You bet 390, didn't you? All right, let's do a swap of the 701 for the 707. Yeah, you know what? I have a lot of videos or streams with the 700 and 707s and 717s. Um but like if you do it again, I would love to do one of your scenarios. And I'll look for your other ones when I get off here. Ealing 1220. Okay, no, I don't think Hanwell's next. What did I say was next? 8024. And I'll get these actual names. It's just so I can know what train it is. 8024. 1222 a.m. Okay, what's next? 150 Southall. 1222. Uh, Heathrow 5. Heathrow 5. Heathrow 5. 1224. Next is Hayes in Harlington. 150. I've railed fan from there my last day before I left, heading to Heathrow. Actually, I got on the wrong train, so I had to get off. Or else I would have been in Reading. As I drink my Wittard's tea. Heathrow 5. I said Hayes 150 was next. Hayes. Twelve 24 00 24 30. Paulie Paul, what's up, buddy? Oh, well, I appreciate the update, although you know I don't appreciate the update. What quarter is it in? Because I'm obviously not watching it right now. Maybe I'll watch it when I jump off. Hey, you guys going to the Super Bowl or what, man? Third quarter? All right, so I have time to actually watch it. Heathrow overpass. Thanks for hopping in, by the way, Paul. I'm probably gonna be off in like another half an hour. End of the third. Yeah, once I time these, I'm gonna wrap it up and actually start to make dinner. 25:30. Heathrow. I am actually building my own scenario from scratch. Uh, this is this is actually episode 2 of the series that I started last week, where I am doing a full run off of a route in the UK called the Night Riviera Sleeper. It's an actual train that starts in Paddington and ends in Penzance. So it's about 6 hours, maybe seven, depending on how long the station stops are. And right now I'm just timing out the train so I can have some traffic passing me. But I have a lot of traffic on this right now, and I'm gonna have to take some of it off in the future. So that's probably gonna be in episode 3. Right now I'm putting times on the trains before I send them somewhere, um, which I will do next week or maybe sometime during the week. But I don't really have a planned time for that. 25:30 is what I said. 00 25 30. Nah, man, I've been really busy with just like doing content for this thing. Um, like I actually want to get back on TSW, but like right now I'm really into trying to get at least half of this route built. I was thinking about going to Bristol um on this, but that's a lot of extra AI that I don't care to want to do today. So to Reading is fine for today. 802 5 25:30. And I'm probably going to take out a fourth of this traffic just so it's spaced out a little bit. 8025. 25:30. Ugh, what is going on? I didn't save any of that. Ugh, killing me, man. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this up here. Hopefully, I can jump in here and save this. Come on. Come on, let me in. Let me in. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. All right, at least I got that saved. I'm going to wrap it up here before I lose it. I don't know why my battery is not on charge. Uh, but I guess another situation for another day. So let's actually jump back into this rundown as we wrap it up. So this is episode 2 of our scenario building for the night Riviera sleeper. As you can see, we did some timing for trains, and we're getting closer. The newest timing that we are using is for the parts from Paddington to Reading. As of right now, we are only timed out as far as Heathrow, where the overpass goes to Heathrow Airport, which is a really cool airport, as my computer just died on my other computer just died. So we got that in at least enough for me to save it. Cool. I text you the link to the trailer. Check it out when you can. I actually felt my phone buzz, so I will check it out, Paul. Southwestern, no worries. Have a nice rest of your day, Kaye. Appreciate you as always, buddy. And we'll definitely talk, because I definitely want to get those in. Also, if you want, in Discord, just let me know those Creators Club scenarios, and I can load those. So I can play those when I actually jump back into TSW. SW, if you're still here. But that's the rundown, and we'll finish the rest of that on my next episode. But I actually did have fun creating that. Usually I don't have an audience when I'm doing that, so it actually is fun to have other people see my process. I'm a little rusty. I haven't root built in probably 3.5 months. Like that computer that I would actually have my scenarios on crashed first before my second one crashed. The good thing is I actually figured out why I have had 2 computers crash within 2 months. I found the problem, and now I have eliminated it. So hopefully this doesn't happen as much in the future, now that I know what to look for. My problem was my external hard drive, which has a lot of my videos and sources on that I would use for like OBS and stuff like that, um, was corrupt. So I was able to actually get into it and download all the videos, because all of my actual work that I have finished was on that hard drive. So I just transferred everything. I'm talking about like 70 hours worth of videos was transferred to another external. I think it's a 4 terabyte external. So it's actually bigger. And then I just wiped the other one. So I shouldn't have to worry about that in the future. So hopefully I'll be good there. But my name is Kaye. This is my kingdom, and I'm happy that you guys are here with me. Uh, Hopefully I can see you next week. I don't know about same time, but we will see. Let me just turn this down a little bit. I don't know. 3 p.m. Eastern is not a bad time to want to stream. I just don't want to lock myself into that on a weekend. So we'll put a pin in that for now. But that is actually going to do it for me today. I hope you guys had fun, and I will see you guys next week. Later.